The DJ thing, it doesn't seem to be important on the face of it, but you quickly, when it's different and it's not quite right, you quickly realise just what a massive difference it makes to the experience.
Yeah, it's hugely important. And I was going to come on to the DJ nets because you know it's hockey season when your Twitter feed starts filling up with Clan fans moaning about something. So, and the DJ was getting a hard time last night. You know, you've got to remember, as Graham said, he's following probably the best guy in the business. I've got to say, give the new guy a chance. You know, after last night, I'm afraid it can only get better. You know, it's not an easy thing to do to come in the back of Johnny, and it's not an easy thing to do come in the back of anybody to do when there's that many people and you're never going to please everybody. You know, the club know that more than anybody else, and, you know, we know because there's a lot of people who have a snipe at us as well. You know, give the guy a chance. Give him a few weeks. It's pre-season for him as well. So, you know, I would just lay off him and let him go on with it. And, you know, see if he's still mince in 4 weeks, we'll call him out for it. So,
yeah.
But, you know, give him some space to improve. All Feist things, I don't think there was anything else somebody was moaning about that I can remember, unless I've forgotten something.
New goal horn and goal song. I mean,
but that's all part of the DJ thing, isn't it?
And in fairness to the DJ, he did tweet about it afterwards, recognising it was not right. So he is going to look at that. So again, at least he had the cojones to come forward and say, yeah, okay, that was wrong. We'll have it sorted for next time.
Absolutely. Fife next week, first competitive game. That'll be a bit more like it, will it not?
Yep. Looking forward to it. It's all very well, as we said, it was only friendly, so you know that not everyone's going to go at full pelt and try and do things that they probably shouldn't. But yeah, it's a good chance to see where we are. At the same time, if we lose, it's not the end of the world because it's a cup-only game, which is the one good thing about the way we've set out the cup games. I think that is they don't affect the league positioning or the conference positioning for once. So yeah, it's a good chance to see where we're at. Fife they scored a lot of goals over the weekend, albeit against a German third-tier side, but they'll be full of confidence coming to us, and yeah, it'll be a good game, I think.
Yeah, it'd be nice just to get the competitive juices flowing, and hopefully some of the problems that we had earlier on are going to be ironed out, and looking forward to it. We might be without Jay Rosehill, probably will be. Hopefully Matt Beckett will be here along with Lee Baldwin to boost the ranks and get your ticket before the deadline. Oh, we've missed the deadline, haven't we? We've got a season ticket holder. That one kind of flew under the radar as well.
The deadline that wasn't announced, but...
Yeah. They only did announce it. It was in the small print somewhere, probably. Yeah, I'm sure, you know, the guys in the office, it's a busy season, getting everything up and running. You know, there's still not that many people there. So, you know, you've got to give them their due. We'll iron these things out. I don't know. Everybody's looking forward to the game. Real game's starting now. Is anybody going to Dundee? So I forgot about Dundee on Thursday.
I might be going. Again, it depends on business commitments, but it's as it is, I am due to be going to Perth this coming week. So there you go. I'm going to try and make it. I'm going to try and make it that day if I possibly can. So time will tell. But if I can make it along, then I'll be there. Yet.
I'm kind of game time decision. I've not made my mind up yet. I was talking about going, but with other things that are going on at the moment, I might not be able to make it. We'll see. Jennifer, did you say you were going?
I was hoping to go, but my day off is today now.
So you've changed. And
I'm changed.
Stephen, you'll be working?
I'll be working, yeah. Probably follow along on Twitter if I can get a good skive or something like that. But yeah, again, it's not the end of the world. You know, it's a friendly game. We'll just... In fact, I don't think Dundee have played yet, so it'll be good to see how they are.
I think did Mark Lefevre not tweet this morning that it was the first day of training camp for them this morning?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So yeah, at least we've had a few games under their belt. So thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see what happens after next weekend.
Well, I was born in a small town, and I live in a small town.
Steve and I are joined by somebody who needs very little introduction, so I'm just going to say hello, Chris Holt.
The most friendly introduction I've ever heard.
You're welcome. How are things?
Good. Things are really good. How's it going over there?
We're doing just fine. Looking forward to the new season. We'll get straight into it. I've got one thing to say. Looking at your Twitter feed, your life appears to be nowadays just new job, family life, and charity golf tournaments. So I need to ask you, what's the reality for you?
That is my actual reality at the moment, which is kind of nice. I get to spend a lot more time with my family. Obviously, they're excited about that. I've been getting to experience things with them that I haven't for many years, such as the first day of school. Got to drop the kids off and walk them in and see their classrooms, and it's those kind of little things that maybe some people take for granted that are just sort of another ho-hum day. But for me, it's like I get to kind of relive all these things for the first time again, and it's exciting for me, and it's been really fun.
I think obviously a lot of people will think about your situation in relation to just playing for the clan, but the fact of the matter is you have had very little time at home for a good number of years.
Yeah, I mean, I had been playing overseas for, maybe 7 years before I came to the clan. So once I got to the KHL, they didn't come with me anymore over there. So that kind of began a long streak of loneliness and just an inner family struggle to keep everything together. And my wife had to battle as hard as she could back home to manage 3 kids and all their activities, and she's working it as well. So it's nice to be able to come home and lend a hand. And as I made mention just before I left, my honey-do list was quite long, and I've had to chip away at that. But you
might be surprised at this, but we've actually had a number of questions about your honey-do list.
Okay.
Most of them asking how far along with it are you?
Well, it's mostly lawn care and vehicle maintenance. I mean, it's like it's catching up on all the stuff that she doesn't like to do. So it's clean the garage and power wash this and power wash that, and it's but it's fun. It's nice. It's fun for me to be able to take care of my house. It's something that I don't get to do, and lawn mowing time is like my own therapy time. So I don't trade lawn mowing to anyone.
Well, exactly. That's like barbecuing, isn't it? It's a man.
Barbecuing too.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of meals being made inside this summer, so it's been fun to be able to do that.
Okay, the honey-do list. Incidentally, one of the people who asked that question was RC Mike D. RC Mike D. Also, we like to name check as many people as we can. Another common question that's come in is kind of more general, and that is just how much of an adjustment to life has it been after retiring from hockey? That's from Andrew Bonner at AG Bonner and Mark H at Mark Hamill 404, amongst others.
It's been a big adjustment. There was a good time where a lot of emotions happened. It's happiness to be home. It's being scared that at the time that I arrived at home, I didn't have my job yet. I had my real estate license, and I was kind of dabbling in that, and my wife's a realtor, so I was kind of working for her, which was a real treat. I think that she was, once I got this job, I think she was ready for me to get out of the office. I'm working in a mixed working environment. I've never worked alongside of females, really. Like I sit between 2 girls at the office, and I can't have a sailor's mouth and just cuss around like I do in a locker room. You got to just, it's a lot of little life adjustments that once they start to pile up, it can be overwhelming. Right now, I don't feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. I feel like I'm supposed to be at training camp. I feel like I'm supposed to be playing exhibition games. No part of me wants to continue playing, but at the same time, sort of the inner compass is pulling me towards being an active player. So it's an interesting dynamic for me mentally that every week seems to bring a bit of a new hurdle for me to climb over mentally. But at the same time, I'm very fortunate to have the job that I have, where I get to interact every day with hockey teams and hockey coaches, and I enjoy speaking that language, and it keeps me pulled back in just enough to keep me sane.
How up to date are you keeping with hockey? I know you're saying you're interacting with teams, but obviously that's on a business level. You still keeping an eye on the Clan or the NHL or anyone?
I'm definitely keeping an eye on the Clan. I know that we're now. I don't know if we're back to back Aladdin Cup champions. I'm not sure how many years in a row we won it now.
Four years in a row. 4 in a row.
4 years in a row. So
Yep.
add one more to back in there. We. I was really happy to see that. I was really proud of the boys. Unfortunately, there was no live feed for me to watch as a fan from overseas.
Or here.
Or
there was no live feed at all.
I would have enjoyed throwing that game on at work and watching the boys, kick some ass. But it's really great to see that. It's great to it makes me feel good that the team is continuing on strong and it's fun for me to kind of sit back and be a fan.
Okay, so obviously following on from that, we've had a few questions. Malky Hughes at Malky44, Andy Donnelly at Andy Circa now. They're all mentioning or interested to know what you think about the Clan roster for this coming season, and again, specifically the goalie. Any particular thoughts?
Well, I mean, I don't know personally too many of the new guys. I know, I know Ulmer, he played in Austria, and I played against him there. I know Hendricks, we played together many years ago, and obviously he was in the league last year. So he's going to add definitely a level of physicality to the roster. As far as the other goalie, I don't know him. I don't think I've ever played against him. I know that he's is he now approximately the same size as Rusty?
He's 5'10".
Okay. Well, it's I was talking to Finner, a fair amount in the off season and help, trying to help put some names together for him. I think that the team in front of him is going to be strong. You got Pitter coming back, you got Levy coming back, Heather coming back, Arcee coming back. You got a lot of guys that are returning that were kind of the, part of the core of our group. Losing Brooksy and Jacko is obviously, you're losing your two most experienced players. And with NHL experience, I don't know if Brooksy has any NHL experience. I'm not sure if I was born yet when he was probably dabbling around in that. But those are two good players. So I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see how the goaltending situation shakes down. I'm curious to see, if Rusty's going to be able to push this guy. I think that Rusty's a great goalie. I think that he, deserves more of an opportunity to show what he can do than he got last season. I think that there was about 5 or 6 more games that he probably should have played in. So I'm interested to see how that's going to shake out. I talked to Rusty a little bit and I told him, I said, this is, if I was him, I'd be pretty happy with that signing and take it as a challenge that, that you're going to be able to make an impact and hopefully push for that number one spot. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. It's going to be very interesting to me.
What do you think? What do you think about the number of former Clan players? Some have moved across the conference. You've got Fullerton going to Edinburgh, and as you said, Brooks and Jackman going to Fife, sadly. But do you think this is a good move for the teams to try and pick up some of the parts that we had last year and build around them? Or what do you make of that? Did you speak to any of them before they signed elsewhere?
I spoke to Brooksy a few times when he was in the middle of the negotiation, I think, with the Clan. It didn't sound like it was, going the way that he wanted it to go. And sometimes in the business, that's the way that it goes. And you gotta move on. You gotta find another place to land. And he did in Fife. And I think that both of those guys are going to help them. Every year, that team is one that seems to continually get stronger. I think they're going to be even more of a force this year. Todd over there does a great job behind the bench. Fully going to Edinburgh, I think I've seen some good pickups by them too, which I'm not sure who's doing the recruit. Is Emo still involved over there?
No, it's
no, he's out.
Michael Dobrin's the new coach, former player.
Whoever's been doing it. To get Foley to go there, and play in that as somebody who's been there before.